Come on. There we are. Posting here. Turn that down for myself. Yahoo! Ahoo-hoo, aga-ga-ga-ga-ga-ga. Alright, here we go. Hello, please load. Hold on, is this working? I think so. Yeah, I think so. Okay. What else can we do? A Luma, perhaps? I like this face. I'm gonna draw this face. Alright, let's see. Let's do... I guess it's like a side view, right? So it's kind of like a... He's like more rounded. Like that? Yeah, there you go. But his nose is like big. And he's got like a... That's Among Us. Hold on. Let's do that. Let's do this. And then let's do just a basic, like... Hold on. We can do better. We can do better. No! I didn't mean to do that. There you go. And then let's do the fucking... Let's do that. No, let's do this. Nope, let's do that. Nope, let's do this. Nope, let's do this. And then like that. There you go. Perfect. Bigger, bigger, bigger. Hiya! There you go. Very nice. Very nice. What should Angry Mario say? I think Angry Mario should say... Fuck, I can't draw. It's too small. Fuck, I have to move everything, hold on. There we go. Angry Mario. Okay, I think I know what he's gonna say. He's gonna say... How about... It's true! Let's have him do a little flag situation. Yay! Yay! Good job, Mario. You're doing the good thing. Let's fill out his eyes, actually. Let's do this. Yeah! Hell yeah! Perfect! I see no issues with this. Ah, hi, Ed! He is! Evil Mario is a big ally! It's true! Hell yeah. Let's do how do I do a thumbs up? I can't. I don't know how to draw. Fuck. How about? That's fine. That's good enough. Yay! Or should it be Luigi? Let's do Luigi. I'm just stalling just so more people can pop in, but how you doing, En? How is everybody? How is the life of everybody currently while we get properly started here? Let's see. Let's do this. Brush size. No, too small. Dun, 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 dun. Luigi! The brothers! United! United by love and acceptance and understanding! Yay! Yay! Hell yeah! I'm doing okay just staring at a blank canvas at Clip Studio. Damn, brutal. Well, how about this? I would suggest drawing Mario, who loves the gay community. Why not that? I think everyone needs a good starting point, and I think that is the most excellent starting point. Man. Oh yeah, they made cookies. What the hell? They made cookies? Oh, they went crazy for this movie. Jeez. Okay. What else can we put on while we get started here? Overture? What's Overture? Oh, this. Yes, that's right, that's right. I will draw Mario giving support to the LGBTQ+ community. Yay! Perfect. Yeah, apparently they did. They also made a popcorn bucket. When I saw the movie, the Mario Galaxy movie with, like, everybody, with my friends, the popcorn bucket was there, and I'm really conflicted about how I feel about it. The movie, whatever, but, like, getting the bucket, it would have been a nice souvenir, but I also... Something feels scummy about, like, buying a souvenir explicitly for the design purpose of, like, capitalizing on a product that I love, when the product that came out was kind of whatever. So, it's cute, though. It's a cute popcorn bucket, and I would never put popcorn in it. I'd put, like, a little Kirby in it, probably. Anyway. Alright. Well, I think we should just get started, and then people will trickle in when they trickle in. So, we are doing Mario Galaxy. I was thinking about what I wanted to do for the stream, and I was thinking about doing, like, a generalist, like, analysis stream, but frankly, I was thinking about... First of all, I've been getting into the Mario Kart World soundtrack. That's been great. Like, you know, it's not the first time discovering it, like rediscovering it. And with some of the arrangements they did for Galaxy, I just kind of have been on a binge listening to it, and I just am, what a surprise, falling back in love with this incredible soundtrack. And so yeah, I want to like analyze some select songs from Galaxy 1 and 2, because this soundtrack fucking rules, and I'm really, really happy that it exists. In terms of... Here, let me erase Luigi from existence. Sorry, buddy. Only Mario currently will be, Everyone say goodbye to Luigi. Bye-bye. So... When I was a kid, I loved the Mario Galaxy games. I love Mario Galaxy 1 in particular. That's the one I grew up with. It is one of the most important pieces of media in my life. It was very, very influential. I was a really, really big Nintendo Wii guy growing up. So I will always love and support everything. Bye, Luigi. Yep, he's gone. Gone forever. All right, let's get started. So there's some specific songs that are very, very popular in general. There's the Good Egg, there's Rosalina and the Observatory, there's all that stuff. I am going to be choosing some of my favorites. But first, let's start off with the select 1 and 2 stuff here. So when I was a kid, this was kind of maybe one of the first examples of like adaptive music that I was exposed to. I grew up on PS2 and GameCube, but this was the most like direct, like it hits you right at the beginning. So we're just gonna talk about select 1 and 2 and just kind of see how they add to it. This is kind of a warm-up round, I guess, but here we are. Let's loop it. So, let's just do a rough form, but this isn't really going to be a traditional like form harmony situation. Or maybe it is, I don't know. Let's just give it a shot. There we go. Ooh, that 2 is crunchy. There you go. Okay. Form. I mean, pretty simple, but let's count anyway. So we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 2, 3, 4. Or is it 1? Is it 1, 2, 3, 4? 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, that's a little better. Here, let's everybody count along. Wow. Here we go. Let's go back. I'm pretty sure it's like 16 bars, but let's see. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Yeah, I'm pretty sure this is just 16 bars. 1, 2, 3. How's audio, by the way? Is everything working fine? 5, 6, 7, 8. Yep, of course. 16 bars. There we go. Very nice. Harmony, easy peasy. What is good? Yeah. Wahoo! Yahoo! Ahuhu! Agagagagaga. Wonderful. Perfect. We are in the key of what? Easy peasy. C. Easy. Yep, okay. So very, very simple. Okay, this is in the way. Let me move this real quick. I put it on my lap. Oh, don't disconnect. Oh. All right. Right, so this is what we got. That is what we got. Very, very, very nice. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay. Yep. So we have a general easy major 7, and then we go. So we go from major C, right, to So technically, we're jumping from C major down to a major third, but it's just an inversion. Technically, this is a pedal tone. There's a lot of words. Hold on. Let me write this down. So this is an A flat over C. So there, I'm not going to spend too much time on this, because this is not the important part of why I'm even analyzing this in the first place. So we got that. Then we go to D flat, which this first inversion A flat turns out has a lot of common tones with our next chord, which is D flat, right? So that's why it is so smooth and why it doesn't feel jarring going from, right? So we got the common tone is this bass note, which is really cool. And then we got D flat. Wow. It's gonna be major as well. So let me do this. Major 7, and then... So it's basically just with a pedal tone as well, so let's just do E flat. E flat over D flat. Okay, so that's the harmony. And it loops, it's just those 4 chords, and when you boot up the game for the first time, you get this massive overture. And then you click on the start game, like select the planets stuff, which by the way, okay, maybe I should save that. I'll say this song, as I mentioned before, was the first instance for me of adaptive music. Not even to get to the second version of this song, but if you remember distinctly in the gameplay, actually let me see if I can pull it up. In the gameplay, if you hover over all the planets, Mario Galaxy, oh god, how do I type this? Planet hover? Is that even gonna... No. No, let's just do a long play. If you hover over the planets, they basically made it so that each planet played a specific note in the key. Let's see if we can do this. Which was, when I was a kid, I was just like freaked out. I was just like, oh my god. I remember spending so much time just like moving the cursor over the planets and just being like, haha, look, it's doing the thing. Yeah, let's see if it shows. Let's see if they skip. Damn it. They didn't do what I did. So, okay, I'm just gonna... Did you hear that? Yeah, so, can you see my cursor? You can, good. If you hovered over these, it would play like... And then, once it goes to the second chord, it goes... You would be hovering over and this would be playing. And then this would happen. And then the amazing thing too, and I believe I'm recalling this correctly, is when a planet does not have a file on it, it plays like a lower octave here. And then when you actually make, here, let me see, maybe it does it here. Also in the key, of course. Let's see. So they'll just... Let's see. Does it do it? Does it do it? Does it do it? Does it do it? No, it doesn't do it! Go back! No! Okay, fine, whatever. So when you create... Wow, he looks stunning here. When you create a new planet, it basically, like... It goes up the octave. So if you have, let's say, let's go back to the screen. If you have, let's say you have 2 files here and then 4 here. The first 2 will be playing the higher octave. The last 4 will be playing the lower octave. So basically, if you scroll your cursor like this, you go... And then you go to the D flat and it goes... right? And then like, it's the coolest thing ever. It's like the small amount of detail. They did not need to put that much detail into this game. It was entirely unnecessary. But it's super cool. I think Nintendo is excellent at doing stuff like that. They're really, really good at having tiny little bits of polish that that other developers, I think, and I'm biased obviously because, you know, I'm a Nintendo head, but you know, that's really cool. Anyway, now let's move on to the file select 2. So when you create, you heard it a little bit here, right here. It adds a drum beat. When you select the planet itself, so this is what plays. How fucking cool is that? Again, they didn't need to do that. And a lot of games do this now. I mean, a lot of games have been doing it for, you know, like decades prior. But like, I'd say actually maybe a decade prior. But again, it's like they did not need to do that. They didn't need to do that. I think it's like, from the get-go, they're going so like try hard on musical what do you call it, like musical detail and like the adaptability of everything, and so it paints a really strong picture from the outset, which I've always really, really loved. Nintendo has had a huge imprint on game art and music, especially in a lot of games now, I think. 1000%. Oh my god, they're insanely influential. Yeah, it's ridiculous. Anyway, so that's file select. A little hors d'oeuvre to start this whole journey out. But already, it's like amazing. Let's move on to this little guy. So this is a little bit unconventional. Actually, let's do this. Let's do Space Junk first. That's a little nicer on the on the ears. Here we go. Space Junk. Let's see, is the volume okay? I think it's fine. Yeah, it's fine. Okay, here we go. Space Junk. So when I was a kid, this was one of my favorite songs ever. Like in elementary, middle school, high school, somewhat, but mostly elementary, middle school. This particular song is with me forever. It is entrenched in my DNA. And I remember actually going to my piano teacher and saying, "Can I learn how to play this?" and him being like, "Sure, let's do it." And I don't know how to play it now, but I remember finding like sheet music on like MuseScore. Like, you know, you're a kid, you're trying to figure shit out. I remember it being surprisingly difficult for whatever level I was at, I think. Because if I recall, like, right, that's one here. Right? So that's the left hand. Right. Yeah. Right? So pretty. Finding the OST music on MuseScore. Yup, that is that's some 2010 shit for sure. Is MuseScore still around even? I hope it is, because MuseScore saved me until I got Sibelius. It is? Yay! Oh, good. I'm glad. Wonderful. That makes me really happy, actually. So, yeah, when I was, what, 11 or 12 or something? I don't remember how old I was when this game came out, but, I tried to learn this, but here's the issue with the piano part. The issue with the piano part is that the left hand is doing a lot of giant leaps, and as my tiny little hand, it goes... You have to go from this G, not 1 octave, but 2 octaves. You have to go from... Right? And I don't think I was, fully coordinated enough to properly make that jump. 2007. I was born in 97. So, yeah, I was 10. So, and I started piano, I think, when I was, 7 or 8. Or maybe 6 or 7. Hey, skibbity. But, yeah, when I was, 10, it was hard to make that leap specifically. That was the main issue. I could play this with 2 hands easy peasy when I was 11. But one hand was difficult. Anyway. But yeah, this song I am highlighting not just because of the sentimental value, but also because this is an excellent song to teach modes, specifically Lydian mode. Wow. Galaxy. There you go. But before we get that, let's do this, shall we? Yes. Hold on. Give me a second. Okay, here we go. Form time. Oh, let's write this first. Very nice. Here we go. It's in 3. Okay, so we need to 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Is it in 3, 4, or 6, 8? Hold on. Three, 4. It's in 3, 4. Let's do 3, 4. Very nice. Here we go. Once again. And go. 2, 3, 4, 1. There's an intro. I was like, why is this not lining up? There's an intro. Sounds more like 6/8 to me. I mean, it could be either, to be honest. 3, 4, and 6/8. Well, hold on. I guess it could be a very slow 6/8. It could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because 6/8, oh boy. The difference between 3, 4, and 6/8 is just the time divisions. So let me just do this real quick. Because 1, 2, 3 versus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Right? Bum, 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 bum. Versus 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3, right? And I think, at least to my ears, it counts more as 3, 4 because, and again, it could be either. Because it is, if it were to be 6/8, I think it would count a little slower. And it's a pretty ambient song, but I think it's gonna be a little faster than anticipated. So let's do intro. That's just gonna be 4. Let's do 8. Here we go. All right, redo, form time. Let's do it. 3, 4, 1, 2, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. What? Hello? Oh, okay. 5, 6, 7, 8. And let's do 16. 6, 7. Yeah, this is just 16. And then we're gonna go to B. Oh, it's so pretty. Ooh, and I definitely need to, okay, here we go. 1. I have a feeling this is also gonna be 16, but let's just do this. 5. Yep. Oh, I think this is just 1/16. Yep. Very nice. Four, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2. There you go. Very nice, and then it repeats. Very, very nice. Wonderful. You're definitely right. It's 3/4. I hear it now. Yeah. Well, I don't know. I mean, I'm sure that there's sheet music. I'm sure you can find multiple bits of sheet music that fluctuate between 3/4 and 6/8, because those two time signatures often get kind of confused a lot. So it's really, who knows, really. Harmony time. Here we go. So this song is doing some really, really cool stuff. As I mentioned before, this is the perfect song to talk about Lydian mode. Yahoo! So let's go with this here. Alright, let's do this. Okay. Yeah, that was ugly. Okay, point is, this is Lydian, the song. So Lydian is, if you are in the key of C, if you're in the key of major C, and you go 1, 2, 3, 4. The Lydian is the sharp 4. Whoa. And Lydian is, I would argue, very, 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 very common in the modern day, especially with like kind of more with jazz contexts and like just kind of like lush songs in general, or lush music, because the more that you add to a chord to make it more lush, you get this sharp 4. Which adds, well, if you do the normal 4, it sounds weird and bad and gross. And the reason is because there's this ugly minor 11 between the 3 and the 4, right? or not minor 11, minor 9. The 3 and the 4. So this is just super, super dissonant. This is a lot more consonant. So the Lydian mode is really, really common. In these kinds of specific contexts. So, also, the general association with Lydian specifically is the feeling of like weightlessness and like flight and like kind of airy kind of vibes overall. Something about the sharp 4 makes it so that it actually like latches on to this kind of style of music better. So Space Junk is a perfect example. There is our Lydian. If you wanted to do the 4, it could be cursed. Not okay. With the Lydian, oh wow. It has this air of like mystery to it. This kind of like ambiguity that I think meshes extremely well. It feels a bit darker than Ionian and Lydian. Oh, I mean like it's because you got this, you know, the minor second here. The minor second makes it really uncomfortable. This keeps everything very open, and even this minor second is very, very, very pretty, right? So, if we are noting this down and figuring out what the hell is this, let me tell you. Intro is just A, so we're just gonna skip that. We're in the key of A flat. Here we go. Let's make that smaller a little bit. Boop, 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 boop. Very nice. Very nice, very nice. So we have A flat. I guess, what? For shorthand, I'll just say major 7, but there's a lot more extensions to it, but it's fine. For now, we'll just do that. That's the 1. That's our 1. So it just repeats, establishing the main melody. Then it moves down a whole step. And guess what? It is also Lydian. So let's do G flat, major 7, and I guess we'll do this, right? And then it goes back. That was a horrible transition. Let's try that again. It's not even a transition, it just goes. So, it goes down a major 3rd, and the reason why this is significant, it is an E major 7. The reason why this is significant is because Mario music loves to do this. If we do, like very informally, this is known as like the Mario progression. It's, you know, doesn't really follow the traditional rules of like Western tonal harmony, but very common throughout Mario music to have a sense of cohesion. Zelda music will also do this as well, where it'll be like yeah, right? That kind of thing. It uses a lot of harmony. It borrows from harmony from what has come initially in order to have like a greater sense of series cohesion in terms of like the sound world, right? So this does the exact same thing. Was it like intentional in terms of like we're gonna add the Mario cadence? Like no, I don't necessarily think so, but I think it falls in line with it. I think whether it's intentional or not, you know, it's the same thing, right? Like, oh, right? Same exact thing. So that is significant for that. Let's do the boop. There you go. And then it just goes up, and it kind of just repeats itself basically. There. And then, right? Oh my god. This song just likes to roam, and of course, it makes sense, because this song is supposed to be spacey and ambient and floaty, and it is accomplishing just that. So we're gonna, ironically, we're gonna look at the details first, and then like the wider, the bigger stuff later, but let's just get the details right first. Here we go. There. That is A. Then it goes up a whole step, which is, it does the opposite of this, right? So we have A major 7, and then we have B major 7. It does the flip opposite. And then we get a transition chord. Isn't that fun? Let's do this here. Yep. Still using that sharp 4. Okay. Then we have to transition into our next center. This is kind of like an ambiguous center. I'll say that. It transitions into this is like your classic 5-1, but it's a lot more open. So let's do G flat. Let's say G flat over A flat. This is like our 5 to the 1, and I have no more room. Buh. Hold on. Yeah, there are a few things that I want to talk about. It's fine if it cuts into the F. Let's do this. Can we make this happen? No! Can we do this? Ha 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 ha. Yes. Cheating, cheating. Love to cheat. Can I do this? Boop. And boop. Yay! Wonderful. We did it. Here we go. C. Very similar to B. So let's do D flat. Again, I'm just getting all the details down, and then I can start gabbing about how much this track is super cool. D flat major 7 to E flat major 7. There you go. then we go to back to our A flat. So let's just write that down. A flat major 7, back to A. There you go. Let's just do that. All right, now that we've got the main skeletal structure here, I want to talk about why this song is fucking cool. The reason why this song is really, really cool is because, Space Jam Galaxy does a lot of really clever things to keep song structures consistent. And so what it's doing is that it's using its foundation and then repeating it in clever ways. So for example, if we're talking about the harmony specifically, we have A flat, right? We have, and then we go down a whole step. And then we go, we go back and forth, and then at the very end, in order to have a little bit of harmonic variety, we go down, but then we go back up again, right? Then, for the B section, we do this. Instead of going back down again, right? We're in A. Instead of going down a major second, we're going up a major second. So, and then we have this target chord here, which is a transition chord. This is a transition chord, right? So we have right? Transition chord into C in order to make C be a lot smoother, and then we go to D flat. Same exact movement as B. It's more like this. It's not really a major 7, so let's scratch that out. It's more of like an E flat, but it doesn't really matter. Point is, it's going from, right? It's doing the exact same thing as B, and then it does the like, goes back to A. And so this form of harmonic repetition is really, really effective because it is using things that are still familiar. And so it's just repeating and pounding into you these musical ideas over and over and over, but it's not doing it the same way every single time. It's changing it up. It's varying it so that, it's very sneaky. It's a clever song. There are some other really cool things about this as well. Obviously, the extremely iconic, evergreen, pattern of... And you can repeat this forever. You can repeat this forever and no one will get tired of it because it's just a very pretty ambiguous chord. Same exact thing, right? And this keeps basically throughout the entire song, this pattern. And again, this helps to ground it. This helps to make it so that when other sections appear, it's not nearly as like scary as a shift, right? So if we have right? It's going from bottom to top, like, very consistently. That's the contour. The pattern is staying exactly the same. Here we go. So now, if you notice the keyboard, instead of going, right, that's what the pattern would be if it was exactly the same. That's what it would be. However, it doesn't do that. For the B section, here, let me label this real quick. So the A section here, this A section is specifically to introduce the idea in like a very grounded way, right? This B section is a break. This is like a transition section. This is like, okay, you've lived in like this really deep, pretty section for a while, right? You've lived in this, you know, and it's, if you look at the form, right, it's 16 bars and 16 bars. It's 32 bars, so that's a while. And so your ear is just getting accustomed to the repetition. It's just getting accustomed to, you know, it's familiarizing itself with the ideas. And especially with this pattern, if you want to be fancy schmancy about it, it's an ostinato. It's the pattern is repeating the entire time, exactly in the same way. The chords change, right? But it goes from down all the way to the top, right? Bum 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 bum, right? And so after 32 bars of that, when you go to another section to vary it up a little bit so that you don't get tired of it, because if you imagine, and this is like the work of the composer, right? Imagine as a listener or as a player, cut out B and C. If you cut out B and C, that very pretty pattern of, it's going to get really annoying really fast because the loop is too short. There's not enough variety. There's not enough. It's just repeating it over and over and over and over and over and over again. So there's no break for your ear. As a listener, as a player, there's no break. And that's a problem. Because with game music, it's not a movie. A movie, you can loop something for like 5 minutes max, and then, you know, like, I mean, I'm generalizing really heavily, obviously, but like with a games track, you can listen to something for hours. And so you can't just, you need to have a lot of mindfulness when it comes to writing game music specifically. That's one of the very, very important qualities of it, is that you need to write music that people can easily listen to. And that means varying up your really strong idea. So as tempted as you might feel, and I think as a lot of composers, and even I, like, feel very strongly, I feel tempted to be like, I have this really cool idea, and now I just want to keep, like, repeating it over and over and over, because it's hard to come up with good ideas that, like, land and feel good. But if you just play A over and over and over, A, unless it's, like, extremely strong or the form is extremely limited, it's going to get annoying. Straight up. There are obviously, like, a lot of exceptions, but, like, generally speaking, you want to avoid trying to, you know, stick with one thing, just one thing, the entire time. Even slight variations help a lot. Within the A section, there are slight variations, right? If you notice, I broke it up. I didn't write 32. I wrote 16 and 16. The reason why I wrote 16, 16 is because in the second part of A, right? Because we have the first part of A, right? It's just the piano and then the melody. Very simple. You know, some tiny little things here and there, but like, it's the main comping pattern and then the melody. That's all it is. Now, what's the difference between this first 16 and now we're moving to the second 16? It goes up the octave. The melody goes up the octave. The harmony, or the pattern, stays the same. Right? This stays the same. But instead of going, it goes... That's enough. That's enough. Because if it repeated itself just exactly the same, then your brain would just check out. Because you're like, I've heard this before. I've already heard this before. So there needs to be some kind of difference on the second repeat if you're doing a second repeat, which I think this song should do a second repeat because, you know, to give space, and it's an ambient track and all that, yeah, whatever, all that stuff, right? So it goes up the octave in order to make it more varied. The reason why B is very effective in this particular song is because it has that break. It goes instead of, right? It goes up, down, right? Up, down. So it even changes the pattern of the initial only going up, right? It goes, that's basically what's going, right? So let's go to B. Right? So a lot of the bass is eliminated. So instead of this, right? Now we're up here. And again, it's another break. You're giving the listener a chance to hear something familiar but different. It's like, you know, you've had a meal, now you get like a little piece of candy. Like it is a narrative move, right? This specific section. And then, once we're done with this tiny little break for the listener to kind of have a moment of reprieve, and then that chord right there, I love. You wanna know why? Because that chord is explicitly priming you to get ready for a big thing, right? C. It is the climax of the song. And it doesn't last for very long. There's a joke I could put in there. But this, specifically, this chord is like, we're out of the break, now get ready for the rich part here, right? Because then we go... And then we go back to the pattern that we had for A, right? So C is more common with A than it is with B. But it's all connected, right? Because the harmony, C is more related to B than it is to A. So it's a whole clusterfuck, is what I'm trying to say. It's a whole clusterfuck. It goes back to the pattern of A with the harmony of B. So it's completely connected. Completely connected. So if you listen, we're at B, right? Tiny little break. Even the melody is completely sparse. It's this kind of dun dun dun, right? Right there. Let's listen again. I was talking. The piano even goes down. It goes from like up to here, and it's like climb, and then it goes all the way down, like get ready. We're moving towards more bass movements here, right? Right? C. And then it goes back to the octaves of the second part of A, right? Not the first part, the second part. It goes... I can't move. Right? Doon, 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 doon. And I think this song could have actually been like completely justified to to repeat it again. It could have been entirely justified to just be like, you know what, let's do this again. But it didn't. I think it showed restraint to just do a bar of 8 instead of bar of 16, which I think is amazing. Because it gives this tiny little like, ooh, here's a really sweet moment, but it doesn't overstay its welcome. It leaves you wanting more. And so because of that, when it goes back to A, you're looking forward to hearing C again. And so it's an entirely narrative track, because what it's doing is establishing the foundation, giving you a tiny break, giving you a really powerful moment, and then leaving you before it gets less powerful, and then goes back to A, which is like the foundational like core idea. So really cool track. Really, really, really cool track. There are some other tiny little things I like about this as well. Where is it? Oh, the melody. So, the melody is usually, right, so, oh, oops. There's that sharp 4, right? So we have, there's the 4, the sharp 4, right? But then when we go to that E major, instead of doing the same thing, it would sound horrible. Right? Horrible. It flattens that sharp 4. It makes it a natural 4 so that the melody stays in line with the harmony. Right? And it never goes to that D with this chord even. Like, it's a whole thing. Anyway. Yeah, so really beautiful stuff. I love this track so much. Very, very meaningful to me. And very simple. Again, the power of a lot of songs from Nintendo games in general is its simplicity. And it's hard. It's really deceptively difficult to write a song. It's harder to write a very effective simple song than... I shouldn't say that sweeping statement. I was going to say it's harder to write an effective simple song than it is to write an effective complex song, but it's different. It's different challenges. This is like the right kind of simplicity where it is extremely memorable and it's extremely stripped down. Anyone can kind of hum this, generally speaking. And I think it's really cool. Good job, Mahide Yokota. You did good. Let's move on, because I took a lot of time on Space Junk. Let's see where we at. Okay, I think we can do... Well, we have a lot to do. Probably go for another hour. Heyo. Starball! Enough pretty shit. Let's get weird. Yeah! Hell yes. Oh, it's so cool! God. Let's eliminate Mario. There you go. Wait! Don't come. Fuck. No, we already did you. Alright, here we go. Okay. Form time! Actually, some background before we do this. I'm really gonna finish my Ally Mario warm sketch. Whoa, cool! Hell yeah! Is there a way to... I guess, I mean, if you want to show it, you can, but that would be sick to see, because it's funny and also sick as hell. That's so funny. Yeah, so this song, Starball. You may be wondering, Ryan, why the fuck are you analyzing this song? Are you posting tagging Blue Sky? Hell yeah, or you can say on Discord. One of the two. Actually, you can do Blue Sky if you want. It's a little easier. Fucking, what was I saying? Oh, Starball. So this, if you don't know the context of this song, so last song, Space Junk, was a traditional, like, what do you call it? It's like a traditional, just a traditional level, right? Traditional world, right? Starball is not a traditional world. Let me see if I can find some gameplay of what Starball is actually used in. It is a minigame. Mario Galaxy Starball minigame. I don't know if I'd say minigame, but more so just like a side area. Oh yeah, here we go. Perfect. I would love to help YouTube by answering one question. I have no positive opinions. Thank you. God, those MIDI trumpets. So nostalgic. Here we go. All right, so, yeah, let's... So, oh, interesting. They're using the, this isn't the original version. It doesn't matter. Point is, you put your Wii Remote up and you're tilting it like a ball and it's like a whole thing. Some people, I remember when this came out, oh my god, people hated these modes. They hated this mode and they hated the Stingray mode. Because it was like kind of unwieldy. It was like a little bit like, oh geez, I don't know how to control this, but it was cool. I mean, I liked it personally. I never had a problem with it, even though it was definitely very unwieldy. But the reason why I want to highlight this song in particular is not just because musically I think it's really cool and interesting, but also it's another form of funny adaptive stuff. When you move faster, the song moves faster. When you move slower, the song moves slower, as you'll see here. Normal, normal, normal. Slow. Super fast. So it is entirely timed to the player's actions. No!
Where I am today.
No! No, please! Stop. Stop. I'm teaching. Stop. Go away. Okay. Oh, it's so fluid. I love it. It's so cool. Anyway, and that's easy peasy stuff to do. Just like, you know, it's all MIDI, and so because of that, it's able to, not even just MIDI, but anyway, the point is it's very easy to like speed up and slow down kind of stuff, but to tie it with the character's movement is really, really, really clever. I think it's really, really impressive, I would argue. And very creative, incredibly creative. I love it changes with the movement. Yeah, 100%. It's it is very, very yeah, whatever I said. But I want to analyze this because I think musically very interesting. So let's go back to the original thing with none of the speed up, slow down shit. Here we go. So that's an intro, but we're not going to count that because it's free time basically. Hey, we're in 4/4. Let's do this. Wait. All right, here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Oh, I love that part. 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1, 5, 6, 7, 8, 1, 2. Let's do 8, and then outro 2. There you go. Yahoo! There's our form. So easy peasy. So now there's actually a decent amount. I'm actually really happy we did Space Junk first because this is related. Believe it or not. Let's do harmony. Here we go. So this song is basically entirely in whole tone, in the whole tone scale. It is very, very, let's see. It's basically all in whole tone, with some few exceptions, but whole tone is when you do whole steps like a whole bunch, right? The whole tone will often be used in kind of like sleepy deepy modes where it's like, ooh. Right? It's like, oh, you're getting sleepy, and then go up a half step and do the opposite. Oh, sleepy deepy. Right? So in a lot of like cartoons and old movies, they'll do that kind of, it's like a trope. Yeah, so let's look at the beginning. From the get-go, that intro. We are establishing our tonal center. Right? That's D, right? D major. However, oh man, I love it. Just kidding. We're in G. We're not in D. We're in G. So this is like a fake out. This is a fake out intro. And I love fake out intros so much. Whether it's time signature weirdness or whether it's harmonic weirdness, it's... Right? Yay, we're in D. Nope, that's actually the 5 to the 1. Right? So, insane. Absolutely insane. I love it. So, technically, I guess I can write... So we are in the key of G, not in the key of D, because the composer is a little shit. So let's do D, and then G, right? This goes back and forth in a very mischievous way. This song is entirely mischievous overall, so it is kind of fitting, I would argue, in terms of the D, right? Right? That kind of thing. Okay. Cool. So we have that kind of thing, right? So this is a very similar chord progression in terms of going from G down a whole step to F. Again, going down the whole step is a very common and very modern harmonic progression. Very simple, right? G, which is our 1. We do 1. This is our 5, technically. We go from G to F, which is our 7. The reason why this is weird, though, is because of what it's doing. This is not in a normal major key, as I've discussed. It's in a whole tone scale, but it still borrows a lot of things from typical like major harmony, right? So we have the melody is our main key, right? Because if we look here, I mean, technically this is like something else. This is kind of like a Lydian, F Lydian or whatever, but there's not really a lot to clue us into the fact that this is supposed to be like an off-kilter whole tone vibe. The melody is determining the harmony in this. So we have this, right? What our melody is. So already it sounds really off. The melody is having that sharp 4. What a surprise, it's Lydian. And Lydian, those are the first 4 notes of the whole tone scale. At first, you're not really clued into the fact that this is like a whole tone song, because it's not in whole tone. If it was in true whole tone, it would be like... right? That kind of thing. But no, it keeps it grounded. You're not in whole tone, you're in G, right? This is a normal song. We're in G. Nothing weird or scary or bad is ever gonna happen. Nothing's gonna happen. Everything's fine. Everybody, it's gonna be okay. This is our first instance of like some slight dissonance, but it happens so quickly that you don't even realize it. So it's like, and especially with the broken up, if it was like, that's kind of off, right? But the fact that it breaks it up on the left hand, it goes, instead of, right, it breaks it up. So it's a little easier to like swallow. And then the second part, then it goes straight into whole tone. That's just a whole tone scale 100%. That kind of thing, right? So let's listen to it here. Right? So we're normal here. This is G major. Whole tone. And it, not only that, it really hinges on that like sharp 4. So it goes, and that's outlining it completely. That's unmistakable. That is extremely intentional with the melody. And then we get into some weirdo shit. The song basically is like, let's lure you into a false sense of security. This is like a quirky, fun, little normal song. And then it goes, okay, are you good now? We've added enough like tiny little bits of familiarity for you to latch onto. Now let's get fucking bonkers. Here we go. I even need to listen to this a few times to actually like fully get the harmony for this. I know it's a major second. Weird. Again, just ramping up the alien nature of this. And it's not really alien. I guess it's supposed to just be like, this is a mischievous song. Mischievous, however you want to say it. This is a mischievous song. It's doing a lot of like tongue-in-cheek, like wink wink nudge nudge shit. You know? Like it's doing a lot of that. It is purposefully goofy and out there. And here, let's and then we're back. Okay, so I don't even know how to fucking write this. That kind of sounds like, oh shit, hi. Hey Toku. This song. we're analyzing this song. How you doing? What was I saying? This song is really fucking weird. Hold on, let me just double check something real quick. Hold on. Hold the horses. Let me make sure things are okay. Okay, good. How is Deltarune, by the way? I know it just came out today, so it's everyone's playing that right now. All right, let's get back into it. I'm not gonna lie, I don't even know how to fucking write this. I guess I'll say like what, D flat 7, but like with massive question marks. Let's do. Okay, so that's the first part, right? And then we have D flat 7, like that. That's how I'm gonna write it. Ooh, okay. I liked it though I didn't get to Secret Boss without spoiling anything. There's a lot to think about. Oh shit. Okay, damn. Funny enough, I haven't played any of the chapters, so you know, I'm extremely behind in that on that front. Whoops. All right. So, so from like a compositional point of view, this second time, or this second section in the A section, this like second 8, the soundtrack's very interesting. I will listen to it later. I will absolutely listen to the Deltarune. I always listen to all of the the Deltarune chapters soundtracks. I just haven't played it, which is a sin, but you know, it's fine. I'm a video game composer. I can get away with it, right? Okay, let's make sure we get this here. So here's what's going on. This section's fucking bizarre. You almost think this could be tonal, right? Because there's a lot of things you could do with this particular set of notes. You could make this very easy. Right? These notes have potential. But once again, just like the first little 8 bar section of A, it's doing something weird to fuck with you, specifically with the melody. So I believe that's what it is. Let me transcribe this in my head right now, real quick. Right? Yeah, move. But it's also in fourths, I believe. Okay. Yep, that's what's happening. So first of all, the melody is repeating itself, which is great. You know, repeat the melody to make it familiar and to, you know, it's a strong move. But then the asshole is doing that shit. Oh, hey, Flower, how's it going? Whole tone scale, classic. Oh, this song is that. So it's not just doing, where are we? This is D flat, right? Yeah, so we're not just doing, that already is, right? If we kind of put it all together, that already is extremely dissonant. And it gets away with it because the bottom is very sparse. Again, if it was like, it'd be like really, really, really intense and weird. But it keeps it light. It keeps it playful. It keeps the dissonance playful, which is always like a big fan of. So it goes. So because of that, there's a lot more space, which means the melody can move through it a lot easier, and it goes down a little easier too, even though we're going in parallel tritones, which is deranged, by the way. But it keeps it light, it keeps it quick, to make it so that it feels weird and off and a little strange and off-putting, but it doesn't entirely ruin the song. It just is like, oh, this is just a weird little section. Right? I can't play it because it's too... Like, there's so many dissonant things happening. Fucking Stravinsky Rite of Spring dissonances that we're talking about here. But, again, because of how it sounds and how it's presented, it makes it palatable. That should be way more dissonant than it is, but because it's carrying, and then that, oh, I love that transition. Dun, 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 dun. Oh man, make the sections super duper smooth, and tiny little things like that, just doing the, whatever it is. Dun, 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 dun. And then we go back to, normalcy. We're back in G major, but just, it's a little weird. It's a little weird though, right? And then we go back. I love this part so much. I can't tell you how this rewired my brain. The trumpet. So this is normal. All they added really is just the drums. I think they upped the volume a little bit or added some like bass. Yeah, they just added drums. As well as a little like fourth harmony. Right? Like it's like a... Right? Is that what they're doing? Oh, it's up. Okay. So here, this trumpet. Oh my god, dude. Okay, how am I even gonna explain why I love that shit? So first of all, we are in the key of D flat 7 question mark? So first of all, the reason why, I'm not going to spend too much time on this because I do want to get through a lot of other stuff. But the reason why I love this is because, number one, it is stylistically in line with the intro. It's the exact same thing. It's the exact same thing, right? So they're doing a really clever thing of reusing even just the little like trumpet anthemic intro, right? Which is, you could have easily thrown that away, not put it in the music track. You could have thrown that away as like a ready, go, like that kind of shit, right? But no, they included it in the song. And not only did they include it in the song, they left it as is, and it adds to the dissonance of that specific section. And it works perfectly, because you're expecting that part, this second 8 bar of the A section, you're expecting this part to be weird as fuck. And so it adds to it while also maintaining the like initial intro, the initial sound of the, how fucking cool is that? Oh, and it just like the way it like carries on to, oh my god, it's fucked up. So cool. Imagine using the like, in a racing game, imagine using the 3, 2, 1, go as part of the actual music composition of the song you're writing. In the track. So cool. So, with this really fucking weird section of the second 8 bar, right? The second half of the second 8. We then get into B. Now, I love B a lot. Sorry, I keep pausing it. I love B a lot because it's a very intentional kind of detachment from this A section, right? This A section is playful, and it's quirky, and it is off-kilter. B is surprisingly very tonal. Let's listen to B all the way through. Here we are, B. Right? Very, very tonal. The fucking... I love those cartoon sounds. Okay, so the reason why this B section is so cool is because after the weirdness, we go to back to nice major land, and the whole tone stuff is kind of there, but it functions more of a Lydian thing than an actual like spooky dooky whole, you know, like that kind of stuff, right? So we have... Come on. We're an F. We go up. And then we go to D. Okay, so let's write that down right now. So if you notice, a lot of whole tone stuff is not just happening in the melody, but also in the harmony as well. We go from G to F. Right? But now we are in the key of F. We've somehow transitioned to F being our tonal center. Not really, actually. I would say G is still our tonal center, but F is where we start. So we do F, and then we do G, right? Right, so let's bring this back. Let's, no! Oh no, hold on. Everything's broken. Not broken. Bleh. Okay, nice. Yay, crisis averted. Okay, let's do... Right? F. G. And then we go up the scale. Which, by the way, you want to talk about the Mario cadence again for the 50th time? We go F, G... What is it? Hold on. I need to remember myself. No. Yep, okay, so, I'm not gonna spend too much time on this. So, we got G to A, right? G to A, which is our 1 to 2. Look at that. We then have a B flat to C, which, I don't know how to write this. I guess, like, a flat 3 and then a 4? These two, this one and this one, these are the same, right? Let's unmark that. And then we're at D again. It's almost like we are transitioning back to our intro. Right? Repeating the melody. It's getting more exciting. We're at D. And then we go down the scale. Whole tone, of course. Back to G, which is our tonal center. Insane! Like, this is just like a funny, quirky, haha, cutesy little song that's like, it's like no big deal, blah, 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 blah. But it's like, no, there's actually a lot going on underneath. I've always thought that this song was really, really cool and interesting. And it shows that, like, if you look at the assignment is, this is for a side mission. And it's quirky, and it's kind of fun, it's in the clouds. Don't go too crazy about it, right? That's the assignment. And then the composer was like, okay, well, I'll lean into the quirkiness, but I'm not going to hide away from putting dissonances in. I'm not going to hide away from doing a whole tone scale, which is very uncommon. Usually whole tone or like any kind of weird scales, musical scales, are reserved for things like bosses or things like, like dark final levels or like underground, something like that. But like, no, this is like a very playful, dissonant song. And I think it's like unique for that. And I've always loved it. So there you go. That's Starball. And so I think, let's see. Ooh, okay, let's do this real quick, and then we'll get into Mario Galaxy 2. I'm telling you, this is probably going to go for another hour. So buckle up, y'all, because I have beef with Mario Galaxy 2. I'm not even kidding. I have beef with it. There's some shit. But we will get there. When I was a kid, this was another one of my favorite tracks that I was entirely obsessed with, Bouldergeist. And I didn't understand why at the time. I just knew I really liked it and connected with it. And I think it's kind of underrated. I feel like, you know, like a lot of people love talking about the Bowser themes and which are all great. The entire soundtrack of Galaxy is just amazing, right? But let me tell you, this song, ooh, I love it. And it's really simple too. There's not like a lot going on. Let's see, how does he look again? He looks like kind of, well, like a boulder, right? Let's listen to it while I figure out what to draw. Here we go. I know he's like... And he's got like the like... Right? He's got like the... Look at that, you know what I'm saying? The fucking, he's got like the aura. He's got the aura. There you go. Ooh, damn, okay. I haven't heard this like in a while. This like little... Hell yeah. Whoa! Hell yeah! And you're fading out for no reason. The song's not over. What do you mean? Infinity Calamity? God damn it. Okay, it's fine. We get it, right? I remember doing the Daredevil comment for Bouldergeist so many times as a kid that this became the song in my head when I thought of Mario Boss music. That mission, that star, you have to beat it in one hit. Ooh, still, man. I don't even know if I did it. That's like a brutal challenge to give to kids. I love it. All right, so Bouldergeist. We're not gonna. Ironically, I don't think we're actually gonna talk too much about. This is gonna be really quick because it's not actually. How do I describe this? So there's two sections. I guess let's outline the form and then I'll talk about what the vibe is here. So we have our intro. Our intro is free time. So we'll just say that there is an intro. And then we'll do A, right? How am I going to do this? Okay. You know what? Okay, hold on, I'm thinking. Okay, here's what we're going to do. The reason why I like the song as a kid is for one specific reason. The intro fucked with me in terms of a time signature. Here we go. One, two, three, four, five. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 1, or no, 6. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah. Okay, so it's 5, 5, and 6. So when I was a kid, you can count this, I think, in a much more conventional way. So if we count this with quarter notes instead of eighth notes, what I was just doing, it is this, right? So we have our intro, which, oh man, those chords are so cool. Here we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, right? It's just 8. It's just 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. You could technically easily say this is 4, 4, right? Dun 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 dun. It's just kind of like a syncopated kind of like 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. Dun 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 dun. dun 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 dun. Right? So it's just in 4/4. And I guarantee that the composer, whoever it is, probably Mahito Yokota, wasn't thinking any more than just it's like a kind of syncopated like movement, right? When I was a kid, I didn't feel it in 4/4. I didn't go, bum, 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 bum. No, I felt it in 8, which means what my child brain was thinking, or feeling specifically. I wasn't like, this is actually 5/8. No, like, you know. So this is what the actual time signature, this is what I thought it was. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Because my brain is relying on the downbeat to keep the weird rhythm, right? Da. Right? So my brain as a kid is going, well, the downbeat is every time it starts on the bottom. So it goes bump, bump. So I'm like, oh, okay, so it has to be, and I'm feeling this, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Isn't that fucking crazy? The power of the downbeat. And so whenever I listen to this song, I never hear 4/4. I have never, ever, ever, not once heard 4/4 in this song. I had to count very intentionally in 4/4 in order to feel it in the way that it was originally intended. The reason why this also feels to me like 5/8, 5/8, 6/8, at least when I was a kid, is because there's no drums. When the drums come in, when you're like, so there's like an adaptive thing going on. So when you have like one of those boos, like if the fight is basically you're swinging around boos to try to hit this monster, right? When you have one of the boos, it adds this layer of drums, right? Which is what you hear the second part. This. With this, it's very unmistakably 4/4. The drums make it 4/4, right? Right? That's 4/4, unmistakably. That snare, it's like doing the backbeat as it should. That's 4/4, right? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. But yeah, again, as a kid, didn't care. So for me, technically, even though this is like, what, like 8 measures of 4, I'm like, my brain just goes like, cannot compute? I don't know how many measures? I guess like, because this is 1 measure, but this is then 3 measures? So I don't know. So form is a little gunk. Form is a little bit like kid brain goes, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know. That's what kid brain goes. But it's a good sensation. I'll say, let's turn that frown upside down. Let's go, oh. And then like a thumbs up. That's me giving the finger. You get the point. It's a really cool thing. I'm not gonna go into the actual, like, the second part, because even as a kid, I didn't really care about the second part. This part, I just secretly don't care about it. I really just care about that initial part. And that's, like, all I'm gonna do. God, I love this song. Anyway, so that's my analysis of Bouldergeist. I know it's like super duper simple, but you know what? That's my childhood me going, no, I don't wanna. And also, I want to get to Mario Galaxy 2. That's also a partial reason why I'm skipping the second part. So, Mario Galaxy 1 comes out. I love it. I'm playing it. It's amazing. Super influential, super impactful. Mario Galaxy 2 comes out, I think, 3 years later? And I get the game, and I like it. I think it's a great game. I don't like it nearly as much as the first one, because I feel like Mario Galaxy 1 has a lot more of like a melancholic kind of feeling to it. Galaxy 2 is explicitly designed as an extension to the original game. I think it is just, I think the code name even was like Mario Galaxy More, which was like really funny and cool. However, I got beef. I have beef with the soundtrack. Number one, I like the original soundtrack better, and I think, again, that's nostalgia talking. But also, there are a couple songs in this soundtrack where I have noticed some bizarre oversights in the music, and they don't matter. They don't matter at all. These are mistakes, in my opinion. It doesn't matter. They're so small and they're so insignificant, and who gives a shit? But I'm going to point them out to you, and hopefully you are cursed with the knowledge that I am cursed with. So, the beloved World 3 song, right? We're going to play this. This is like one of the more popular songs, I think, from Galaxy 2. I think. Here, let's... Right? Super pretty. Right? So beautiful. So lovely. Okay. You've listened. And you're thinking, Ryan, what the fuck are you talking about? This is a really pretty song. Super, super, like, lovely and ambient and so, like, calming. If you are a pianist, I need the pianists to pay attention to the pedaling. You will hear it in one specific part, but my beef with this track in particular is that the pedaling is extremely sloppy. So what I mean by pedaling is when you're playing a song, and you're a pianist, you'll understand this. Let's see, where is it? So if you're playing the piano, I'm holding down the pedal. The pedal makes it so that the note is lengthened, and then I let go, it stops, right? So, when you're a pianist, I say pianist because whenever I say pianist, people are like, ooh, pianist, boo. It's funny, but it's not the point. Anyway, so when you're a pianist, and you're playing stuff, you get very into the habit of pedaling, so that it's, because if you hold down the pedal, right? It gets really muddy. So what you need to do is you need to go up, down really, really quickly so that you maintain the sense of like legato and, all the notes are carried over and it's so pretty. You want to maintain that, but also be quick to capture the next set of chords. So for example, if I'm doing, right? Instead of, right? And you just, when you play the piano, you naturally get accustomed to this timing. It's just a thing that you feel, right? If you talk about the technicalities of it, you're basically like, you play this and then you let go and then you keep continuing, but it happens so quickly that it's unnoticeable, right? Here's my beef. I need you to listen to the pedaling on the bass notes particularly. Okay? I'm gonna boost this just very slightly so that y'all can hear. So the pedal's being held. Pedal's held. Pedal was off. Okay, good. Good pedaling. Right, we're here. Fine, fine so far. Uh-oh! Right there. Did you catch it? Let's hear it again. Again, this doesn't matter, but to a pianist. Right here. Do you hear that? So they didn't pedal before this note and this note. So what they could have done is, what is that? That's what they did. What they could have done, and what they should have done, is they should have pedaled up so that you don't get this really, really messy, sloppy bass note where you have this minor second. It happens again later on. You hear that? Instead of it goes, again, it doesn't matter. But for me, it's all I can hear. Same thing. Do you hear that? Do you hear that? It goes from... They're not pedaling. They're not pedaling at all. They're going... Right? Something like that? They're not pedaling. They pedal there. I think they pedal there. It's smooth enough to where I think it... Yeah, this part's fine. It's mostly egregious because of the half step. Do you think that might be that might have been an export issue? That happens sometimes with me with the pedal. I think that's a potential thing that could have happened, especially considering that the entire section, it's not just that one thing, the entire section is not pedaled. So it could have been that some of the pedaling just doesn't get caught. But I don't know. If you're just having a song with just piano, I don't know, you would think you would catch that. So that's why I say that's a mistake, right? That's one nitpicky, music-only mistake that only I give a fuck about. Or only, I guess, pianists care about, right? Whether it's a mistake or not, I think it would have been so much cleaner to be able to have... What is it? Right? That kind of thing, right? Da 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 na 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 na. Like, it's distracting. That's the issue. So that's mistake number one for, like, this OST. I don't know if you know the song Ain't No Rest for the Wicked by KG Elvin. It has a similar issue, but I absolutely hate. Ooh, I have to listen to that. Because now I just want to listen to stuff like that. Okay, that's mistake number one. Mistake number two, Puzzle Plank Galaxy. This is fucked. Because this is I would argue this is one of the most iconic songs in the entire game. Puzzle Plank. You will see this, right? This one. Yep. Where the guitar cuts off without a sustain. No, actually. No. I mean, yes, that is definitely a thing, but what I'm referring to is something a lot more... Again, it doesn't matter, but it's all I can hear. Here, let me just... Okay, everyone get familiar with how this sounds. I'm so excited, I can't wait. Oh, man. I may ruin this song. If you care about this stuff, I may ruin this song. So let's listen to it again. Right? Okay, cool. Oh. Okay, and then it loops. All right, beef number two. Beef number two of Mario Galaxy 2. Here we go. This. So this is a song that. Oh, how do I even begin? It is the guitar. Flower. I mean, you're on the money in that the issue is with the guitar. The guitar is not quantized. That's the problem. Now, so quantizing means that in your music program, if you play that's like eighth notes, right? Like 1, 2, 3, right? If it's a little off, plugging it into your program, you go like 1. Like it's a little off kilter. What you can do is you can highlight your notes. In my case, I press Q, it's the quantize button, and then it basically makes it so that it is perfectly even with the time signature that you've chosen, or with the tempo that you've chosen. So it is entirely like on beat. And most people automatically put in quantized stuff when the song is electronic. Obviously, with acoustic, you can't really do that. But with electronic music, it's almost non-negotiable. Now, there are instances where keeping something loose and keeping the rhythm of like it being played naturally, that has its merits as well, right? And so sometimes, I mean, I'll do this sometimes, where sometimes I'll like purposefully not quantize an instrument. Let's get rid of that thing. I'll purposefully not quantize an instrument so that it keeps it a little less like rigid and keeps it a little more loosey-goosey and more naturalistic, right? This happens a lot with piano as well, right? Like with piano, if you're playing a piano song directly as part of electronic music, sometimes there's tiny little bits of slowdown and speed ups if you're playing like in a lyrical way. So you don't want to make it so like bum, 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 right? You don't want to make it so square. Anyway, so that's like quantizing. My beef with the song is that the guitar, first of all, panned all the way to the left. Not a little bit to the left, not a lot to the left, all the way to the left. We're talking Beatles level panning, where one instrument, and I'm like, okay, it's a little much. Like, listen all the way to the left. This guitar on the left. Not now. Everything center. Why the left? Why the left? You couldn't have, there's like a little knob. You can like do the knob like a little bit to the left or like a lot of it to the left. And so what that means is that it'll play louder in the left ear than the right ear. But they put it all the way to the left. I'm like, okay, that's already a crazy thing. But it's fine. I can deal with it. People can deal with it. It's not that serious, right? I want everyone to pay attention to the drums, which are quantized, and literally all of the other music except the fiddle. Obviously the fiddle is played in, but the backing track is quantized very, very strictly. Now the guitar was played in. So already from the beginning, it's a little hard to tell because it's not nearly as like egregious as when it happens later in the song. It's a little off, but it's not that serious. And also, Flower, to your point, there's a lot of older game music that do this harsh panning. They probably wasn't meant for playback on headphones. 100%, I agree. I think like the panning's a little off to me, but it's not the biggest deal in the world because a lot of these soundtracks are made for TVs, and so you're not really meant to. I mean, even if you do listen to it with headphones, it's not the biggest deal in the world, right? And so totally agree with you there. But the timing is off. It's not quantized. So I'm gonna keep going. It's a little off. It's played. You can tell it's played. It's just a bit off. There's one section in particular where it gets egregious, and I will point it out. So just try to 1, 2, 1, 2, right? Here we go. It's coming up. Here. Those 4, dun, 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 dun. It's late. It's so late. Let's hear it again. 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3. Right? 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and 1 and 2 and 3 and 4 and. It's what it's doing. Okay, hold on. I'm just gonna do that for now. So this is how it should be, and I'm gonna try to play as in time as possible, right? Like, right? That's what it is, and it's completely fine and completely normal, right? What it's subtly doing is exactly what Flower said in chat. It's dragging. So instead of going, right? It's not doing that. It's going, it's like, it's kind of doing that thing instead of, it's going, it's off. Like, listen again. It's a little hard to hear because it's still subtle enough to where anyone can listen to this and be like, oh yeah, we're chilling. It's just part of the backing. But when you really zone in on it, it's all you can hear, especially with this section in particular being so naked. It's so naked. So here, it's still played, not quantized, but it's not too bad. Here we go. So it's kind of okay. This 4 section right here. You hear that? That's what's happening. It's not dragging, it's actually early. It's early, which makes it worse. Being early is a lot more noticeable than being late when it comes to like timing. It's early. Anyway. Who cares? I mean, again, it's a who cares situation. But let me tell you, it is, oof. As a musician, it can be tough sometimes to, you know. They're just playing in the pocket. Oh no. No, there's a time and place. If they wanted to keep it like loose and naturalistic, that is not the time. If you want to keep it loose and naturalistic, that is not, like, if you are a rhythm section, you're the part of the background, and I'm not going to spend too much more time on this because I want to keep going. We still have a few more stuff to go. Like, you want to keep with, like, the looseness, that's fine, but you have to save it for certain parts, and not a part where it's you and, like, another person. You can't keep it loose. You're keeping the rhythm. You're entirely dependent on keeping the rhythm in the guitar section. Anyway. Tough. I can never hear this song because of that. It's just music shit. If you're a visual artist, you zone in on, like, dead pixels. If you are a, you know, like, I don't know, if you're a game designer, you notice, like, weird little inconsistency with some of the physics. Like, there are just tiny little things that you just focus on that only you care about because you're paying attention to it, because you're in the world. Unfortunately, Mario Galaxy 2 has 2 tracks that are very cool and very popular, and unfortunately have some audio oversights, which is depressing. Anyway, moving on. Let's move on to some good stuff, shall we? Or maybe some stuff with not noticeable mistakes. All right, Starship Mario 1. This song fucking rules. Okay. Oops! What was that? Starship Mario. So, this song is the Hub World theme, where you're digging around on a spaceship that is designed in Mario's head, which is very funny and very cool and very narcissistic. I guess he didn't choose it. The Lubba, right? That's his name. Lubba was like, "Hey, look, it's in your head. Now you want to stay and save the world." Very funny. So in both Galaxy 1 and Galaxy 2, Galaxy, they're doing this progression system, right? This song starts out very simple and stripped down, and then as you collect more stars, it upgrades to richer and fuller versions of the song. Now, me personally, as a minimalist myself, when it comes to music, I almost always prefer the stripped down versions better. When it comes to a lot of these like developing songs over time. And so I'm going to be analyzing just the first version of this, and it's the most bare bones, and I really love it. It's very, very sweet. So this is an exercise in simplicity, and I think it's very cool. We're going to do the form. Form time. Yay, everybody loves form. Form time. So there is an intro. It is also in free time, so we're just going to say that there is an intro. And then we'll do A. Okay. Here we go. Ahoo-hoo. Aga, ga, 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 ga. Here we go. Hello? Go. It's in 4/4. Oh, whoops, I forgot to do this. Is it in 4/4? 3, 2. Yes, it's in 4/4. Okay, let's mark that. Actually, no, the intro is a thing, so let's mark that again. Sorry, everybody, one more time. Here we go. One, 2, 3, 4. Here we go. Starting with A. 1, 2, 3, 4, 1 or 5, I guess. 6, 7. Let's say 4/4 for now. Oops. B section. 3, 4. A. Back to A. 2. Just swap the instrument. 3, 4. 4. C. 2, 3, 4. Outro. Or transition. 3, 4. There you go, and then repeats. Easy peasy. Let's do there. Much better. Okay. So, this is going to be a very, very, very simple analysis, at least in terms of harmonic stuff, and that is purposeful. As I mentioned before, this is an exercise in the power of simplicity. Okay. So first we have the intro. We are in the key of F. Nice, bright F. Yay. What is the intro? Five one. What a surprise! We start with establishing the tonal center. So this intro, what it accomplishes, first of all, I'm just going to write C7. There you go. 5, 7. We are in the key of F. That's why it's a 5. Okay. So what it's doing is with just that little string thing, in music, I mean, I'm making a sweeping statement here, but like a lot of music at the beginning needs to establish what are we doing, where are we going? It's establishing the rules, and what one of the rules is the key. What is the key? The time signature we don't know yet because it's kind of like loose and free, so that's not something we can figure out yet. However, the key signature we can do. So it goes. It's literally giving us the answer of what key we're in, right? And it goes in thirds too, so it's even more like, if you're thinking, oh, maybe we're in D flat major. Nope, we are in right there. It already outlines the entire scale. Oh, we are in F, right? And we could be in other like modes as well, right? We could be in G minor, we could be here, we could be here, right? All that stuff. But for now, we at least know all of our notes. This is what we have to work with, right? And then we get our massive hint here on what the key actually is. That is a C7. So that is a 5-7, which goes to a 1. 5, 1. They will songs will often use this to signify, hey, something's gonna come, and we're here. Edging, release. You know what I'm saying? And so it's like, okay, we are in we're doing the dominant here. Now we are in the key of F. So let's do A. This is the A section, by the way, not actual A. This is F, right? We are at the 1. So this is very simple dimple. It is... It's just going up. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2, 1, 2, 3, 2, 1. That's like the starting chords. I'm not gonna write that down just because it's basically just an F. It's just kind of like dicking around at the beginning. Just like, hey, we're an F. Isn't that cool? And then we get to our actual thing. So let's listen. What key are we in? Oh, that's a scale. Ooh, C7. Okay, we must be in F. Dicking around, having fun, establishing the center, establishing the tone, the time signature. Very nice. I'm not going to spend too much time on the exact harmony specifically. I'm just going to get like the broad strokes of it all. So this song, again, keeping with the very the simple tonality of it. That's basically what it's doing, roughly. They're doing some kind of like, right? They're doing some bass movements and some inversions and stuff like that. But relatively speaking, we're going from F to B flat, which is the 4. Very common movement. And then, so we're setting up for some interesting movement here. So we're gonna say G minor, which is the minor 2, and then this is technically that's like a F over A, which is, this is just an F chord, but just like a first inversion. Don't worry about it. Okay. But the more important thing is dun 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 dun. So if we are at our 1 here, right? Oftentimes there will be a movement called 2-5-1, very common. It'll be like 2, right? 2, 5, and then 1. Wow, so pretty. 2, 5, 1. But usually the 2 will be minor because the 2 is minor in the key, right? What it does instead is it makes this a major, da-na-na, right? So it like breaks from the actual key, da-na-na, na-na. So it just makes it like, it's kind of like a 5-1, but then the 5 becomes a 1. No, the 1 becomes a 5, and then the 5 turns into a 1. Does that make sense? I feel like I explained that as clearly as humanly possible. But the point is, it's a cool little change that makes it sound a little more interesting than just a basic, right? It's like, ooh, you're out of the key for just a split second, and then you're back in the key. So it's a little more interesting musically, right? So I guess I'll just write like a, like C7, 5, 7, and then F. The reason why I'm basically doing all of the harmony stuff is not just because it's fun, because it's fun to do this, but also because it's to highlight. It might seem like a little intimidating if you're not familiar with like kind of writing Roman numeral stuff and chords changes and all that good stuff, but like it's a very like traditional chord progression. It's almost like so traditional to the point where you could, if you just arrange it well enough, you could probably even, you know, you could even like kind of try to classicize it. The point is that it's very simple harmony, and I think that's important and intentional because what this song is, it's a hub world. The hub world is supposed to be like, you just got back from exploring this planet, you got back from beating this really, really hard level, you got the star, and then you arrive back, and now you're back home, where it is completely non-threatening. You have this just very, very simple, and we'll get to the melody. Like it's very predictable, it's very safe, but not in a way that where you just like tune the fuck out. It's still musically interesting, and I think a lot of that is in tune to not just the way that it's like orchestrated and broken down in terms of its harmony and like backing track, but also its melody. Let's analyze the melody real quick. The melody is super great. Writing a good melody is so fucking difficult, and there are a million ways to accomplish it. I am not an expert in melody. I'm not like amazing at it, frankly. A lot of my melodies tend to be accidental. I usually come up with the chords and the harmony first, and then I come up with the melody. That's as a composer, whatever. Like that's how my brain works. But some people who are excellent at melodies, oh my god, I can't even begin to understand. But with this one, I can break down the melody a little bit, even though I don't fully exactly know what I'm talking about. Let's analyze, right? Yeah. Come on. Come on. So I think the really cool thing about this melody is you would think it's kind of complicated. It's not super easy peasy. It's roaming a lot. It's actually pretty fast. It's using 16th notes right out the gate. Right? Da-da-da-da-da, right? Da-da-da-da-da-da-da. And it's also like bouncing a lot. It's like jumping and leaping like ba-ba-ba-ba. That's a major sixth. In like the first 2 seconds of your melody, it's a little, it's not nearly as simplistic, but I think what makes this really, really smart is because it does a lot of these things in a very safe and accessible way. And I say that in a complimentary way. Right? Because we end on a similar safe note. We don't end on right? We end on the 5. Da, 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 da. So the melody really isn't doing anything it's not like lying on notes that feel kind of like weird and off. It's keeping it very, very simple, but the rhythm is just different. The rhythm is just weird because it's going the leaps, and then we have again, every single note in the melody that's on the beat is very safe. Very, very safe. It's not lying on extensions whatsoever. It's very safe. Na, 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 na. That's the first weird note that we get, but it's a purposeful weird note. It goes da, na. Oh, whoops. Da, na. And then we go here. We go back up again. And then it repeats over and over and over. So that's one of the reasons why the melody goes down smooth. Now, the reason why the melody sticks in your head is because when it repeats, it does a lot of really clever stuff. So let's go to the first instance of it. Come on. Right? Da, 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 da. So that's already from the get-go. That's our core idea. Already it starts to repeat on the second half of the melody, right? So we have... Remember the fast thing? Same thing. Same rhythm. Right? Same rhythm. Exact same rhythm. So that your brain is not overwhelmed by this long-ass, complicated-ass melody. No. It's actually just one melody and split into 2 sections, but it's like related. It's the same thing. So like your brain's already like, okay, I experienced something kind of crazy a little bit, and then now I'm repeating it. Okay, we're good to go, right? Same exact melody. Exact same melody to really like hammer home in like, this is... You're gonna be fine. You're gonna be able to hum this melody, don't worry. It's just different instrument. And then we get into the B section, right? So the A section, as with so many songs that I've analyzed, is there to make the listener have a sense of familiarity.
which I think is very smart because the rhythm is kind of a lot, but they make it palatable. Then with this melody of B section, I'm just gonna say fuck the harmonic analysis of the B and C because they're pretty simple, and I don't think this is like the point of this song. The point of this song is about, frankly, I think like the strength is in its melody. The arrangement itself is like cool and great and cute, and I love it, and it's very easy, goes down easy, but the melody is where it shines, I think. So we're just gonna stick with melodic analysis here. So we have A. It repeated once, right? You know what? Let's write this out so it's a little easier. So sorry, we're gonna erase the harmony. Bye bye. Here, let's do melody. Whoa, that's weird. That's not something that we're used to. So we have A. Da, 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 da. Break. Da, 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 da. Right? That's our melody. We then copy this exact thing, right? So that's like our 4 bar, right? This is 4. 4 beats. Right there. Okay? If we really wanted to, you know, make... Oops, that is messy. Okay. It's a little messy, so sorry about that. But and then it repeats again at 4. Break. Exact same thing. I'm gonna not do the stems because it's complicated. This is good enough. Yeah. Da, 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 break. Da, 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 da. Right? You can tell it's exactly the same, right? Ooh, that is not. Ooh, there you go. Better. 4. That's this one right there. I'm not gonna. Yeah, there you go. Right? So that's our main melody. It's just basically this is the same. This is the same as that. B. Here we go. Let's analyze B. Or the second time, right? It repeats, right? So B is doing the exact same thing that A is doing, where it's the actual melody is actually split into 2 chunks that are just repeated, at least rhythmically. So we have da da dan da da dan da da dan dun da 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 da, right? So we have number 1, and then we repeat it. Da da dan da da dan dun da na na da da na. Here we go. We have 2. Let's erase this real quick so it's a little easier to understand what's going on. All right? If we say 1 and 2, let's do this to make it consistent. A1, A2. B1, B2. I'm winging it here. So, da-da-da-da-da-da. Already, we are getting similar stuff from these quick 16th notes here, right? Ba 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 ba, as with to tie in with da 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 da, right? However, the most important thing is this ending section here. This is the same as this. Da 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 da. Same exact da 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 da. Exact same thing as this. Da 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 da. It's just reversed. These 2. Oh god, this is so complicated, but I hope you understand what I'm trying to say. Da 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 da, as opposed to da 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 da. It's exactly the same in exactly the right time, right? This is exactly where it needs to be. Next, Da 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 da. Inverted. Dun 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 dun. This is exactly the same as the beginning. Da 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 da. Da 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 da. It's exactly the same. And so this B section is very carefully crafted to be a Frankenstein's monster of this initial melody right here. That's its existence. So the reason why you can actually hum this is because it's taking one melody, A1, the first time this appears. It's taking that melody and not just repeating it, but reusing it in tiny little chunks so that it actually like sticks in your brain. Because it's repeating. The more you repeat something, the more it sticks with your brain. So that B section, even though it sounds like a new melody, it sounds related enough because it's using stuff from the previous material. So it's sick as hell. So it's very memorable. And so the second version of B2, exactly the same thing. Da-da-da-da-da-da-da-da. Break. Da-da-da-da-da. Same exact. These two are exactly the same. Da-da, in the rhythm. Da-da-da-da-da. As opposed to B2. Da-da-da-da-da. I didn't draw this like right, but you know what I mean. Like this could basically be the same exact thing. Da-da-da-da-da. Right? It's exactly the same in terms of rhythm. So I think it's so fucking well done. And very, very intricate. It's intricately designed. And I love it. Back to A. We're here. We're here now. We've repeated this. See? Da, 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 da. Now with C, we get something completely different. And this is also really cool. Because if you just keep hearing the same thing over and over and over again, your brain starts to tune it out. And if you're conscious of it, you start to get annoyed. Or if you're not conscious of it, it just lays in the background. You don't even think about it anymore. The reason why the inclusion of that C section is so good and why the melody in C breaks entirely is because your ear needs a break. Your ear likes breaks. It needs like, okay, there's been this whole consistent thing, like the melody is very similar to each other, and then C, da 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 da. It's not just bum ba 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 ba, which is kind of staccato. It's kind of like short. Da 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 ba 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 ba. Right? C is long. Da 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 da. Right? So if we go, so there's A again. This little A section here. Short, sweet, and then maybe something new. Long. This is a break. Da 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 da. So the C section's a break. And then we go back to the same instrumentation that we do for the transition. It's basically just A again. It's the intro. That's really what it is. With a little bit of like sweeteners, that like gliss, that harp gliss that goes on. That's like it's a piece of candy, you know, before you leave the doctor's office. That's what it is. It is intentionally designed to be as smooth as humanly possible. Right, that kind of thing, right? It's like, and then back to the beginning with the flute. So the melody, I think, is easily the biggest highlight. And I think it's so well done. Da, 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 right? B. Ba-da-da, ba-da-da, da, da. Same thing inverted. Exact same rhythm. It is exactly the same, but exactly the different, and develops it over the duration of the track. Rules. The song rules. The song's cool. There you go. Yay! That's Starship Mario. Very nice, very cozy. A perfect song to just relax and drop your shoulders. We We will now move on. Ooh, 3:30. Let me. I have 2 more planned. Yoshi. I think I can only do 1 more. As opposed to... Ugh! They're both so good! Okay, we're gonna speed run Bowser's Galaxy Generator. I only want to talk about the beginning specifically, because I have always, like, adored the beginning. And then we'll go a little deeper into Yoshi's Star Galaxy. Deal? Deal. Here we go. The beginning, I just want to geek out about the beginning. Building tension. Oh, the bum. And then it gets faster. Bum, bum. Building anticipation. Oh, that is the best intro ever. Oh my god. Right? Building anticipation, anticipation. This melody is fucked up. I keep pausing it. This melody is fucked up. It's so beautiful. It's so lyrical. And like, when people say like, oh, video games are just bleeps and bloops, look how far we've come. It's like, I think the kind of like melodic and harmonic maturity of just this beginning bit is so good, dude. Okay, here, let's do this. Here we go. Oh, it's so beautiful. Fuck. And then the horns in the background. Oh my god. Oh my god. That's literally all I want to talk about. That's all I want to talk about. It's unbelievably like mature in terms of the harmony, right? We are in the key of E minor. Da, 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 da. Oh, whoops. I think that's what it is. Da, 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 da. And then the horns go. Oh my god. Oh my god. Okay, this was a mistake. This was a mistake because now I just want to like analyze just this intro part, but I don't think we have time for that. I do need to run at 4. So, we're gonna skip it. Sad. Or do we skip Yoshi? No, I want to talk about I don't want to talk about melody. I want to talk about melody with Yoshi Star. Yep, because it's a very similar thing to Starship Mario, and I could just reiterate it. If we have time, I'll analyze the harmony to Bowser, but I don't think we're gonna have time. So let's just do a rough sketch of Yoshi Star. How about that? I'm negotiating with my own stream. It's fine. It's fine. I don't need to go at 4 specifically, but like, you know, I would like to because I just got stuff to do. Okay, here we go. Let's listen again one more time. Let's do Yoshi. Oof. Oh, it's so good. Oh my god. Kills you. It just kills you. The Soli? Stop it. Farm! Oh my god, the fucking... Oh, it's so good. Okay. I'm not gonna go super into it, but let's do... So the intro is an actual thing, so let's write that. Let's get started here. Count with me, everybody. So is it da 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 da? Yeah, it's pretty up tempo. 1 2 3 4. 1 2 3 4. Yep. Okay, here we go. Let's count. Ready? Go. 2 3 4. Let's do pre-A. 4, right? A. 1 2. Oh no, that's wrong. There you go. Okay. Let's do this. 3 4. That's the proper intro. This is the pre-A. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Here we go. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. 1 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. B. 2 3 4 5 6 7 8. Back to A. 3 4 5 6 7 8. Repeats. So technically this is kind of like a pre-A, I guess, if we really want to... God damn the melody. Oof. Man. And then you get songs like the other two that I discussed earlier, and I'm just like, fuck, I wish I could love it as much as this. Okay, so, let's see. Oh, actually, I might, you know what? I'm sorry. I love Bowser, but I think I might have to skip it this time. So we're just going to end with this, I think. It's fine. Okay. Ugh, Yoshi Star. Let's do this. So, once again, this is a song that I don't necessarily think the point is... like, if we did Bowser, right? If we did that Bowser song, the point would be some of the melodic and harmonic complexity. And I think that would be, like, sick as hell, right? This is not that. This is breezy. Super fucking easy breezy. So the harmony is... I mean, I don't... You know what? Let's just do my melody. It's fine. The harmony is pretty straightforward. But the melody is really cool. We're going to talk more about melody, aren't we? Huh, yes, we sure are. Intro. So the intro is explicitly designed to just be like an eye catch, basically. The intro is designed explicitly to be like, and pay attention. That's what it is. And I love doing that in my own like stuff specifically. I really like doing that because it's fun. As kind of like a wake up, like you're listening to a song. Because every single time Like, or I wouldn't say every time, but like generally speaking, when the average person listens to this song in particular, that intro section is like, it gets people's attention. And like, cause it's so like rich, in terms of like its harmony, that it's like, ooh, that's interesting. It starts off strong, right? Melodically, it doesn't really do too much, because it's just following the harmony. Although it does kind of come back later in the form, but we'll get there. Pre-A, no melody, just setting the bass line. B-A-S-E line. Same thing. This is our kind of like background melody, or like counter kind of melody. Dum ba da 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 dum ba da da dum. There you go. There's our initial melody first. So what we have here is how do I do this? Let's do dun 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 dun. All right, there you go. Da 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 da. Break. Da 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 da. Right. So let's listen. Here we go. Ready? Right. And then it repeats. So this is one big thing, right? This is one big melody. This is A1, right? A1 steak sauce. So, then we repeat it again. So, da, 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 that's the first time, right? Again. Da, 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 da. This is the same. Da, 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 da. And now it does something very fun. So it basically, how do I do this? Okay, here I'm gonna just copy paste. Let's do, it's gonna be messy, but that's okay. Let's do, oh god, how do I do this again? Let's do that, and then can we do like a, like this, and then can I do like a that, and then can I do like a this, and then can I do like a that? Nope. Okay, we're just gonna draw it. It's fine. Let's do, da, da. Let's just do this. It's the same. And then, dun, dun. Let's actually do dun, dun, du, 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 right? Yeah, it's basically that. Okay, so we have A2. A2, it repeats the first part and then it changes up the second part. Very common thing that you see in melodies in general. And then it does something that I literally said, what, like an hour ago, that you try not to do. It repeats exactly the same thing with no variation whatsoever. This and this are the same. They are the same. They're the same. Unless I'm missing something. I could be missing something. Let's listen one more time. Okay. Ooh, it's subtle. Ooh, that's subtle. Okay, it's not exactly the same, but my god, it is 99% the same. So I think what's going on, and I could be wrong about this, I think what's happening, if you listen really, really, really closely, Let me just confirm. Yep. Okay. So the melody is being performed in octaves. So it's like brass instruments, right? So it's like a trumpet, I assume, or a sax. I don't know. Fucking. But it's being doubled by the octave. It's hard to hear the first time, right? Right? But then the bottom part, so the top instrument stays exactly the same. I think they're both sax. They're not trumpet. They're both sax. So the top sax stays exactly the same. The bottom sax replaces to like a different sax. It's really, really, really subtle. But the point that I want to make is that my thing is, I think it's really good to vary things up on the second go around. You can get away with not doing that, but you run the risk of the listener being a little either bored or just kind of like, oh, okay, I've heard this before, I'm just going to tune out. Or annoyed, one of the two. And I think this works because for this particular track, because the melody and the groove are so fucking strong that hearing it again exactly in the same way, I mean, albeit the extremely tiny timbre shift of like the bottom sax, is like, minus that, it's strong enough that it can carry it. So it's obviously not a rule, right? Nothing in music's a rule, right? Whatever. But like, so I think it works. It's just, I personally, especially, like, it'd be cool to have some kind of, maybe even like a little like, metal, like ding, 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 or even like a little like extra tiny little shaker here and there, or some kind of, maybe some like tiny little like bum ba da da dum, like even one little counter melody. I think that would have been really nice. But again, I can't really complain because again, the melody and the groove, they're so fucking strong that they can get away with it, with just like repeating it, and that's completely it. And a lot of songs do tend to repeat it, just verbatim, especially like more traditionally. But yeah, so it works, you know. But it's very funny, considering what I was saying before. But okay, so now we're here. Now we're at B, right? So we have our initial A melody, right? Da da bum ba da ba bum. Where the rhythm is very, very important, and the contour obviously also very important. Then we get to B. Listen to how the rhythm interplays with the first melodic rhythm of A, right? Bum ba ba ba. Dum ba da ba 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 ba. Okay, so right there, the first instance of the B melody. Look at that. We have bum, 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 bum. I guess it kind of fudges it there, right? Bum, 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 bum. And then it repeats. Bum, 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 bum. Right? There you go. So, let's see what the similarities between melody B and melody A are. Well, first we have the initial rhythm itself. Bum, 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 ba ba bum. This is like almost verbatim, except this one tiny little thing near the end, which is dun 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 dun, dun, right? That kind of bum ba dum bum. So it's basically the same thing, just little nitpicky stuff here and there. And then in the second part, we repeat this bum ba da bum bum. Instead of mimicking this part here, we are not doing that. We are getting rid of this entirely. We are just repeating these two because repetition is good in melody and in music in general. Let's do. There you go. So we repeat this and this, right? And then da ba da ba ba bum, and then look at this. This and this are the same. Da ba da bum ba bum ba-dum bum bum, and then also da 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 ba da da bum da 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 bum, right? These are exactly the same rhythm. And again, this is meant to have a sense of familiarity while still developing things in the future. You have one main idea, it's a core idea, and then later on, you use some aspects of it so that it doesn't feel completely detached as a melody, but there's some things change, so it keeps it interesting and dynamic and unique, right? It is its own thing entirely. And so we have that, and then we go to the second time it happens, which is probably the same. This is the first time. Right here, right? Same thing. It's basically the same thing. Yeah, it's the same thing. Right? And then it repeats. The pre-A goes into A and B. Now, if you notice, A and B do not reference the bump ba da 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 da. They don't reference that at all. At all. This dump ba da 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 da, that pre-A little like melody, like kind of rhythmic melody situation, that is explicitly designed just to kind of like carry the groove and to kind of establish the groove. A and B are the real, like, this is the melody for sure. But the pre-A, the reason why pre-A works is because, in a way, it's kind of doing its own little break. It's kind of like, okay, you're taking a break from the melody, you're taking a break from the saxophones. Because A does, like, 2 saxes in octaves, right? It's just the very simple. It does the... That's all it is. With B, it's not just one note. It's a soli. Now, a soli is when, like, a melody is basically, like, carried out with multiple instruments. It's a little hard to explain. It's like chords, like chord melody, you know? It's like, you see in A, it's very like, this is just one melody, right? It's just one line. In B, come on. It is clearly not just one part doing one melody. It's multiple parts doing the same rhythms, but like they're all happening at the same time. It's a whole thing. But basically, you can hear the density. That's what I'm trying to get at. You can hear the density of all of the notes in particular, right? Simple, one line. And then it gets dense. It's in harmony. The melody is in harmony. It's rich. It sounds good. And then back to pre-A. And then a tiny little reference. Oh, this is so cute, dude. This is so cute. There's a little tiny reference to, like, past Yoshi music. There's already a reference. I would say that Mario Galaxy 2 really relies heavily on nostalgia. Galaxy 1 feels entirely new. I mean, there's obviously still some bits of nostalgia for sure. But Galaxy 2 really gets into nostalgia with, like, so many of its tracks and its, like, concepts and ideas. So it's unsurprising that its music carries the same thing, right? So with this, one of the main things that it does to signify that this is Yoshi is when Yoshi debuted in Super Mario World, those bongos, right? Whenever you would play a song, or whenever you would play a level, the track is just playing, and then whenever you get on Yoshi in that game, this is the SNES days, this is what, 20 years ago, from this game, it plays bongos. That's like an early form of adaptive music, right? It plays bongos whenever you're on Yoshi, for every single song. And so this is obviously a pretty clear reference to the bongos that Yoshi is basically known for at this point, historically throughout his all of the games. The reason why this little organ thing is cool is because it's distinctly referencing Yoshi's Island 2. Super Mario World 2 Yoshi's Island. So funny. But that's referencing Yoshi's Island. It's the which is used in Yoshi's Island in like specific. I think it's Yoshi's Island. Am I fucking up? Am I fucking up? It's either Yoshi's Island or one of the N64 ones. I forget. Point is, it is referencing a specific track from a pre-existing series, and it's a very, very cute little nod to its roots. It's really, really great. So cute. So cute. Yep. Anyway, so yeah, that's the song. I think the song's amazing because it captures the spirit and the energy of like Yoshi as a concept. You know, like he's a very like happy happy like tag along like side creature thing, you know? So it's very, very sweet. It's very, very it's adorable. All that good stuff. But yeah, so anyway, oh boy. Yeah, I think that's it. I think it's kind of all. So let me put on fucking... What should I put on? You know what? Just for... No, not Bowser Fart. Oh, Jesus Christ. Generator. This will just be for background noise. How about that? Ooh, there we go. Cool. Okay. You know what? Fuck it. Let's analyze Bowser Fart. No, I'm kidding. All right. The most intense outro ever. Thank you, everybody, for coming to the stream. I really appreciate it. Next week is very exciting. Next week is... So next Tuesday, I'm going to be going back to Tomodachi Life, like, for sure. Next Wednesday, I will do either some analysis stream or composition stream, one of the two. I'm not sure which yet. Next Thursday, is new Rhythm Heaven game. I'm going to be something very special that I'm very excited about. I'm going to be streaming on Thursday night. I'm going to be streaming the new Rhythm Heaven game, and I'm going to play it blindfolded. So, like, yeah, and I haven't listened to, like, I haven't played the demo, I haven't seen the demo. All I know about the game is just what's the trailers of it are. But yeah, I'm playing it blindfold. I will annoy the fuck out of everyone to tune in on that day, because it's gonna be fun. I'm really, really, really excited. Yeah, so tune in for that. So Tuesday night, Wednesday afternoon, and Thursday night. That's next week. So get ready for that. Anyway, okay. Thanks, everybody. Really appreciate y'all for being here. Thank you. Thanks for streaming. Yep. Yep. Okay. I never know how to end these things. I wish I had an end screen, like a proper end screen, but who knows? Maybe I'll have one by the time... No, probably not by next week, but you get the point. Anyway, thank you. Goodbye.